Hello people, I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at Dhaakad, the official trailer number 2, and this is starring Kangana, Ranaut, Arjun, Rampal, and Divya Dutta. This is directed by Razneesh, Ghai. If you guys haven't already, please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this sucker up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
You go chasing rabbits, be careful what you find. The truth you seek might just blow right out your back.
रुद्रवीर 10 साल पहले गल्फ में ऑलमोस्ट हमारे हाथ आ गया था, तब से गायब है। जमीना ना मारी, खाना ना मारी, कोई लो भी हमारे बाप का।
Whoa.
इस सांप का सर कुचलने का टाइम तो आ गया। Dragonfly, time for action.
Copy that, Ringmaster. Over and out.
Oh. Damn.
Well, they certainly heard your complaint in the last trailer. And there's lots of vocalization going on.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Just thought I'd point that out before I forgot.
रोहिणी और शेख दोनों ही बिल की बात कर रहे हैं।
God damn.
Whoa.
इसे अपना पिछवाड़ा में डालना।
Where is Rudraveer? Where is he?
शेर की मान में घुसोगे
Whoa.
तो हाथ मौत ही आवेगी।
I thought you'd fight. Whoa.
जिस्म से रूह अलग करना बिजनेस है मेरा।
God, she likes taking out people's eyeballs.
You messed with the wrong girl, bro.
Ah. Whoa. I mean, the first trailers, the teaser and the first trailer felt brutal, but somehow I was like, oh, this feels even more brutal.
Well, you hear her battle cries integrated into the whole thing.
I appreciate that.
They are showing you, I mean, this is largely the stuff we've seen before, like a little bit remixed, and you're getting more of it.
Yes.
So you're seeing stuff that you saw in the previous trailer and just like a few more seconds on each of those things.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're getting a good sense as to the scope of the action in the film, which is very hard-hitting. It doesn't pull back, but it's also still has that I'm reticent to use this word because I know how some people get when I make comparisons, but it's got that like Hollywood level sort of over-the-top action going on. Like she's sliding across the ground and firing and stuff like that.
There's an aesthetic feeling to all of it. It's still beautiful in its like beautiful violence, I guess.
Sure. Very John Woo.
Yeah, very John Woo. Some of the moves almost feel balletic, but still having that harsh intensity coming from her, as well as from Arjun Rampal. I think we got to see more of him in this trailer than we have in previous trailers, and so you really do get the sense that as an adversary, he's actually pretty scary in his own right.
My feelings are largely the same as they were before. It's just more of the same for me. Like I'm excited for the same reasons I was before, which is, you know, her fierceness and intensity is just really cool. It's a very high level of commitment to whoever this person is that she's portraying on screen. Someone who doesn't mess around. It's like she's gonna use her physique, her sexuality, whatever you want to call it, her feminine nature, in order to get through the door, much like a La Femme Fatale.
La Femme Nikita?
La Femme Nikita, Femme Fatale, whatever.
Yes. Same.
Much like a femme fatale or La Femme Nikita, she's using her sexuality to get through the door in order to get into places that a man otherwise wouldn't be able to, right?
Yeah.
Because she's attractive. And then she, like, when you least suspect it, she pulls out a knife on your neck
Where is Rutraveer? Where is he?
or something, or kicks your ass.
Or like
Or shoots you in the
shoves a
head.
thing in your eye.
Or shoves a thing in your eye, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but they're all bad guys is the best thing we can assume. Just killing, they're all bad people,
Yeah.
you know?
Of course.
Just like in True Lies.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
So, you know, yes, she's killed people, but they're all bad guys.
The one thing I also appreciated is, you know, you're talking about her femininity and how she's using that to get into places that, you know, a man probably wouldn't be able to get into. But I also appreciate that as a female, as a woman, she's not afraid to go there and like really get in there with the intensity and not be afraid to look, you know, ugly. I don't mean that like, oh, she looks ugly. I mean, like, Lady Gaga puts this really well where, you know, she talks about how...
She's not afraid to look aggressive and
Yeah.
like a warrior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not afraid to kind of put on your like scary monster ugly face.
Yeah, guttural cry out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to go there rather than holding back because you want to look pretty or you want to look cute.
In an effort to preserve any sense of like aesthetic.
Yeah. I appreciate that she was just like, nah, balls to the wall. Like, this is the look, you know?
Well, speaking of femininity and all that stuff, apparently, according to the description, it's a mission to stop human trafficking, which often is dealing with women who are being sex traffickers, or not sex traffickers, but who are often victims of sex trafficking.
Right.
And so that's an interesting angle I wasn't actually considering while watching this. I just sort of took it as she was indoctrinated into this thing and it was trained into being and was trained to be a killer, and then at some point along the way she rediscovers her humanity, kind of like La Femme Nikita or Point of No Return, and ends up going on her own way and just abandoning this thing that trained her, kind of like Black Widow. The angle of human trafficking was something I had not considered, and that gives it another level of motivation for her character. That's interesting. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon, all notifications. Thanks so much. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.